what if this is going to be what if Naruto was exiled and gained the Rinne-Jogan. Now in this what if there are going to be some things. Like before starting this what if, I just want to say I'm going to upload the what if Naruto had Arceus blades, so do not worry about that. Okay guys, so yeah, anyways, now this what if I was planning on doing it, but I gained some people's attention, like requesting for this what if. So like some people wanted evil Naruto, so here you have. Now in this what if, Naruto is not going to be completely evil, but you'll see. Now here, in this story, like you guys are wondering from why the hell is this guy here? Isn't this supposed to be the Otsutsuki God or something? Well, yeah. The reason why I kept this guy now in the pick is simple. Because Naruto cannot gain, the Rinne-Jogan from like nowhere. Like I cannot be like, the Sage of Six Paths and all those like from the bloodline he inherited. Then why can't the Kage inherit it? That's the question that I gained. So I thought of another plan. What if I make, the Otsutsuki God a part of the Naruto story itself? Like, you'll see what I'm going to do. So, anyways, back to the story. Now, we go back in time to a long, long ago, before the Otsutsuki clan scattered away to search and devour planets. There was the Otsutsuki God. He was tired of this world, and he was like, I want my successor. He has seen many of his servants, Otsutsukis, choose their own successors by giving them, who want to die, give their successors white karma seal. The Otsutsuki god also wanted a successor, but he had a condition. He wanted a child who had to suffer and understand the world thoroughly, and thus he wanted a perfect human. He couldn't find one, so he later acted as he died, but instead he went into a spiritual form to search for a host. He came to this planet called Earth, where in the elemental nations, where he found out about Kaguya, one of his uh, fellow kins who was working here, like not working here, like she came here and started to live. How she used the god tree's power and how corrupted she became. He was impressed by their sons, and he was impressed by Hagoromo's sons and how they started a war among themselves. And he saw through generations to generations how you know life continued in between all these elemental nations and how the war kept on going. He was kind of feeling this to be enjoyable because these mortals are fighting over something that their ancestors have done just because they wanted to get recognition from a weak Otsutsuki. The reason why he's calling weak Otsutsuki is because that guy's like, in his eyes, what happens is as time goes on, we come to the nine tails attack. Now the god Otsutsuki was actually sitting on the nine tails itself, and he was watching about how nine tails was causing destruction. And then he found his child. This child was the next Ashura's reincarnation, but he found something strange. This child felt different. He felt the aura of kindness itself. So, the Otsutsuki jumped from the nine tails. The Otsutsuki king is invisible, so nobody can see him. Okay, guys. So yeah, he jumped from the nine tails, and he was looking at the child, and then he found out how then he saw how the nine tails half evil side was sealed inside Naruto, and the good side was sealed inside Minato, and then Minato and Kushina died. Now he saw how Naruto's life was treated, and he couldn't help but start laughing when he saw how this kid wearing like a orange jumpsuit which keeps shouting kill me, and this kill me jumpsuit he was able to paint the Hokage monument in the daylight in front of everyone, play pranks on the strongest Anbu ninjas, like the place which is safeguarded the most, which even he was surprised, like how the hell is this kid able to do it. He was surprised on this pranks, and he was also surprised how Naruto, like, even though everyone hated him, he still kept on smiling. He kept his mask, but he still never went back on his words. And then he saw how Naruto failed, how he was sabotaged in his studies. But what surprised him more was Naruto never giving up attitude. Now he's let's time skip again. This is time when Sasuke retrieval arc. Till now, everything in Naruto's life is exactly going to be the same. But here's the thing: during Sasuke's retrieval arc, Naruto actually uses one tails of chakra and fights Sasuke. So yeah. Anyways, so I was saying. So he saw how Naruto, like, because Naruto used the one tail's worth of nine tails chakra. This caused the entire village to feel the nine tails' chakra. Now, because of this, like every civilians and Danzo also felt it. And this time he thought, yes, now I can finally use my brain and use the trick that I wanted. The damn third Hokage did not allow me to do it, but now I should be able to get the demon brat under my sight. Once I have the nine tails, I'll become the strongest. I'll become the Hokage. The leaf will become the strongest. He'll become a weapon. While he was thinking this, in the other hand, Naruto has beaten Sasuke. He has defeated Sasuke in this one. And as he was carrying Sasuke back, a beaten down Sasuke, he finds our none other than favorite Kakashi Hatake. Now Kakashi seeing how Naruto was, he saw two Chidori marks in Naruto, and he was like, no, Naruto, what happened? Naruto, was very he had a painful mark on his body. He was like, nothing sensei, just two Chidoris right through my near my heart. This made Kakashi froze. He's like, the technique I thought was to help others, but Sasuke used it to kill his own teammate. Naruto was like, if it wasn't for the damn fox inside me, I would have died by now. But anyways, Kakashi sensei, I have brought Sasuke with me. Kakashi smiled at this, and then he was like, he took Naruto and Sasuke on his shoulder and saw Sasuke was beaten down. He was like, we have to go to hospital quickly. And so he took Sasuke to hospital and Naruto to hospital. Now Naruto on the way back to the Leaf Village was knocked down. He was so tired that he got knocked down. Now it has been 3 days. After 3 days, that Naruto woke up, there were some things that he found out. First thing that he found out, like when Tsunade came to his room, only two people have visited him. One being Iruka, other being some unknown person, which is none other than should I make Hinata? Yeah, none other than Hinata. And this is not going to be a Hinata ship, okay, guys? Hinata, I'm going to actually make Hinata also join the ship. So yeah, now Naoto, after talking to his Bachan, was like, all right, I'll go and visit Sakura-chan. I have brought Sasuke back. And saying this, he went to visit Sakura. Now, while he was going on the way, he found out, he met, Gara and his friends. And he was like, hey, Gara. And, Gara's brothers are not as friendly as they were in canon with Gara. Only Gara became friends with Naoto. And Naruto was like, hey Gara, and Gara was like, hey Naruto. And only Gara was there, okay guys? Sorry if I told you. Their brothers and sisters were also there. No. Only Gara was there, and Naruto was like, I sincerely thank you for helping my friends. And Gara was like, yeah, no problem. You're my friend after all. And Naruto smiled and knocked on a door next to them. And then after some time, a door slid open to reveal Ino and Sakura. The second Sakura saw Naruto, her face became red with anger. Naruto, not seeing this, was like, Sakura-chan, I have what Sasuke. I kept my promise. Before he could say anything, she slapped him. She was like, Naruto, you demon. Now I understood why everyone calls you a demon. You're a monster. I requested you to bring Sasuke back, not to almost kill him. You almost killed Sasuke-kun. Huh? Even though Sasuke-kun is cooler than you, you did not have to beat him to such extent to bring him back. You demon, you monster. She said this while punching Naruto in the gut and slapping him again before she turned back and left. This broke Naruto's heart because Naruto, even though he was hated by the entire village, he had hope. Now it was shattered. As Naruto was left the hospital without saying anything before saying thank you to Gara and left. Now, as Naruto was going, Anbu appeared and was like, Naruto Uzumaki, you have been summoned to the council meeting. Naruto, not knowing anything what's happening, just went with the Anbu. When he entered the council meeting, he saw this guy who was having some samurais guarding him. Naruto was like, Bachan, why did you summon me? And the elders, the whatever the two old elders were, they were like, see time, see fire, see. That guy who was like I think Dynamo. I don't care, man. Whatever, Dynamo, Fire Dynamo. Uh, I don't know the name correctly. Please comment down below. So he was told about how like Naruto being a like having the nine tails and how he went rampage and almost killed the last loyal Uchiha, and the prize of the Uchiha clan, like the most powerfulest required asset of the leaf being the Uchiha, because they believe that if Sasuke is able to get the ease, they don't have to worry about nine tails. But that's what he was convinced. Like Danzo convinced the fire dynamo, and then Daimo, I don't care, man, and he agreed to this. And then he actually told Naruto that he is banished and he should never return to the Leaf Village, and he should not be near Fire Country as well. This broke Naruto's heart, but Naruto couldn't do anything. Even though now he turned to towards Tsunade and Jiraiya, who were standing there. He was like, Bachan, Pervy Sage, please do something. This is a joke, right? And like Tsunade looked sad that she couldn't do anything. This broke Naoto's heart even more. He's like, so I was just nothing for you guys. Saying this, Naoto left. He then started to recall everything that happened to him in his life, how he was treated. He started getting pissed, like beyond pissed. As Naoto got angrier and angrier, he decided that he's going to leave the village tonight. So he goes to the Uchiha compound because Sasuke is still in the hospital and he's tied now in the hospital because Sasuke here actually like was trying to escape. Even no, he may try to escape, thinking that they kept chakra suppression steel, seals on his body and tied him up. As soon as like as he was in the hospital, Naruto had a chance to go to his house. Naruto went to the Uchiha compound, and where he found the scroll he was looking for. He's found all kinds of scrolls for fire jutsus, and he found the scroll he was looking for, the Chidori. And Naruto copied these jutsus, every jutsu he could find. Then Naruto left. Then he went to what we call the Hokage's office, where he secretly and stealthily entered the place where all the jutsus are kept. He found the forbidden scroll and started to write down everything neatly. And then he found many jutsus over Fuinjutsu. He took them all because in this one Naruto was smart. Even though he did not show it, he was smart, and he found out about the Uzumaki clan, the destroyed clan, and how they were so awesome in sealing techniques. So Naoto had a goal that he will also become like them in sealing techniques. And also, guys, this one, the what if I'm doing, I'm taking some inspiration from Anime King. So please go and subscribe to his channel and check it out. Though I'm taking inspiration from him. So, anyways, back to the what if. Naoto steals. He finds this set of scroll. This one actually has a seal, chakra sensor seal. Naruto, not knowing this, just touches it. Now it absorbs Naruto's chakra and then it opens up because Naruto's chakra is what it needed. Naruto had Uzumaki chakra. It scanned the Uzumaki chakra and opened it. As soon as it opened, Naruto found two scrolls. One, it has written the Flying Thunder God, Hirashin. This was his father's prized jutsu, but Naruto doesn't know it. But he takes it with him. And then he finds the second scroll. This scroll is what surprised him. This scroll has about Uzumaki Kenjutsu and higher level of Uzumaki sealing arts and some other Uzumaki clan jutsus, and how to like use Rasengan. And Naruto does know how to use Rasengan, but he does not know how to make one-handed Rasengan. So he will need this scroll. Naruto steals this scroll, and the scroll of sealing just Naruto copies everything in it. And then Naruto goes to shops and he steals clothes and other weapons, and then At night, he steals all these new items he gained and he leaves the village. Now, Naruto leaves the fire country altogether that night. Naruto created many shadow clones to divert people from coming near him at all. But what he did not know was that Danzo's Anbus were actually able to discover Naruto. Now, it has been 7 months. No, 8 months since Naruto's disappearance. Now, during this time, there have been many things that happened. No, actually, no. You know what? It has been 1 year since Naruto's disappearance. During this time, there have been many things that happened. Exactly after 4 months that Naruto disappeared, Naruto actually no, exactly 2 months that Naruto disappeared from the Leaf Village. Naruto, all of Naruto's friends asked where Naruto was because they could not find Naruto. And the day that Naruto left, exactly 2 weeks after that, Sasuke left with an unknown Anbu, who was actually Orochimaru's subordinate and a spy in the Leaf Village. He took Naruto back to the Oto, Odo village or near Orochimaru. Okay, guys. So yeah. So now Sasuke escaped, which was which was like a lot of pain for Sakura because she thought that Sasuke couldn't love her. She tried everything for Sasuke's attention, but Sasuke always rejected her from even coming near her. And was like Sasuke hated Leaf Village now because the reason he hated Leaf Village was because it couldn't give him power to stop Itachi, and he also now hated Leaf Village because Naruto tried everything to save him and bring him back to the light, bring him back to the village. But the only gift that Naruto was received from the villagers in the village was getting him kicked out. So these were more reasons for Naruto, Sasuke to hate Leaf. So he left Leaf. Now Sakura, uh, whatever did Sakura did to what should I say, to Naruto was founded by Hokage. And when Sakura went to ask, about Naruto and that she wants to be meet Naruto and that she wants her to take her as apprentice, Sakura gained a slap to her face and was told that how everyone was surprised. All of rookie 11 or 12, I don't know. All the rookies were there except for Sasuke and Naruto, of course, and they were told about the burden that Naruto carries and how Sakura's word of him being a demon has affected him and how he was exiled from the village. These were more reasons for Sakura to start hating herself, and Tsunade did not. I mean, absolutely did not want Sakura to be her, to take Sakura's apprentice. But because of the civilian council's requests and all that, because they think Sakura has perfect chakra control, and they wanted her to be a medic, so she had to forcefully take her as a student, but she did not train her to her best. Though Sakura became as good as she would be in canon, but she took her apprentice as Hinata, and she trained Hinata to be the very best. She's even better than Sakura, and with her Byakugan she had super strength. She can do gentle fist. At the same time, she's able to use the lion fist technique now. I mean, she will be able to use it. Now, Naruto, on the other hand, let's go to Naruto. Naruto, after 2 months, after leaving the village, he came to the land of rice, where he found a small village. Now, even though this village was nothing great, you know, he actually started living with these villagers because he found people that care for him, and so Naruto started living with them. Naruto's life in here was actually very good because for the next 3 months, Naruto was loved, he was cared, and he was happy that some people loved him. But little did of the threat that was, coming behind him. Now, after Naruto's life, 9 months after Naruto left the Hidden Leaf village, what happens is Danzo gained the word where Naruto is, and he ordered his Anbu to bring Naruto back, and he wanted to use his Koto Matsukami on Naruto to make him his subordinate. Now what happened is Naruto by this time actually became the hero of the village. Naruto helped the villagers by his shadow clone technique. Now Naruto learned the secret about the shadow clone technique because he read the scroll of sealing, and Naruto also made every day 1,000 shadow clones or even more, to and give them all their jutsus. And all the clones started to performing the jutsus. And they performed it tirelessly. What Naruto did not know was the Otsutsuki God, who was seeing all this, was impressed by Naruto, and he actually decided his successor was going to be Naruto. So he entered Naruto's body, and he dissolved himself into Naruto's soul, becoming one with Naruto and making Naruto's successor, which Naruto did not know until he noticed the white seal on his hand, which he thought it was some kind of effect of being a Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, so he did not care about it much. But little did he know how wrong he was. Naruto, because he gained that seal, actually noticed, though he did not know that it was because of the seal, he noticed that he had very, very, very crazy high affinity for all elements. Sorry, guys, my brother. That was my brother in the background. So, if you heard his voice, I'm sorry. So, anyways, let's back in the story. Naruto had actual chakra papers. He stole some chakra papers, and when he applied his chakra to it, he found out that he has very, very, very high affinity for all elements, which he did not know was just a tip of the iceberg. He did not know that he had like a godly affinity for all elements, and for some reason, Naruto became more of a prodigy. Whenever he did jutsu, he was able to learn it in one try. And so Naruto made like almost thousands of shadow clones learn Fuinjutsu basics and about Fuinjutsu, where other shadow clones do chakra control exercise, whereas other shadow clones do jutsus. Now one day what happened is Naruto was actually tired. Now because of Naruto actually learning all the jutsus, he had actually mastered every jutsu he gained from the scroll of sealing. He had found out that he has the able to use wood style. He learned how to use the mind technique, but not he did not become perfect in anything yet, everything yet. So Naruto created a seal on his hand where he stored everything after his training. Now Naruto was very tired, and he created 20 shadow which were helping him carry bags. These were vegetables that he were carrying from the market nearby back to the village. And by now Naruto actually became friends with this girl called Romi and her brother called Somi. Romi Somi. So, so yeah, as I was saying, so as Naruto was walking, his senses picked something. Now Naruto's senses, because of being the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and because he became now an Otsutsuki God, which he doesn't know, he started to become Otsutsukification. He has a white Kama seal, okay guys? And you guys are like, white? Because if you did notice, Code saying with white Kama seal, he cannot become an Otsutsuki. Instead, he'll become an Otsutsuki himself. In other words, no Otsutsuki will take over his body. Instead, he himself will become an Otsutsuki. So yeah, just for your confirmation. So the people who know, it's good. For the people who do not know, I'm telling it. So Naruto was so tired, but still he noticed it, and he fought off with like three Anbu landed in front of him. Naruto noticed their mask. Naruto knew how Leaf Anbu looked like, and he was 100% sure these were not Leaf Anbu. It was like, who the hell are you? They did not say anything, as they were like, Naruto Uzumaki, we want you to come with us silently, and we will spare you. And Naruto was like, hell no. And he started doing hand signs like, fire star, fireball jutsu. He did a massive fireball, which was so freaking hot that, the blades of the armor started to melt a little. But the armor jumped, flickered away. And more 20 armors landed. Naruto was like, everyone, get behind me. And Naruto created 100 clones. And all the 100 clones started battling, the 20 Anbus. Little did he notice that there was one Anbu threw an explosive kunai behind him. Naruto, at the last moment, Sensory was like, run, jump away. But it was late. It exploded. And the bridge builder died. I mean, not the bridge builder, I mean, that old man died. Naruto was shocked, and the child and that girl were heavily injured. Before Naruto could do anything, he was trying to go to them, but he was pushed to the ground, and two of the Anbu slit their throats, killing them instantly. This enraged Naruto. And then he came to then suddenly Naruto's eyes were pulsing with power, and Naruto felt as if he was in a black void. And then he met this figure who was like, my reincarnation. This world has treated you very badly. I shall give you my power, and from today onwards, you have one new goal. Bring justice to this world. I hereby give you the power to become the strongest. Go, Naruto Uzumaki. And then Naruto snapped open his eyes, and he had these new eyes. Naruto's new eyes were pulsing with power. And yes, this is how Naruto's new eyes look. And then Naruto was like, he did not know what was happening. And then from his back, three dragons emerged and they swirled around him and devoured all of Anbu's souls and their very existence, their chakra and everything. And then Naruto started crying. He was like, and unknowingly used almighty push and was completely obliterated their bodies. And Naruto was in the down of a side of a cliff, now to destroy the entire mountain itself. Naruto was away from the village on a mountain, and the entire mountain was blown away. And Naruto fell down to the cliff and was taken by the water. Now Naruto opened his eyes in the mindscape, and he found out the Nine Tails. It was in front of the Nine Tails, and Naruto was like, why? Why do I have to wear the curse of you? They clearly were. If I'm a nobody, they will not come for me. That means they are looking for you. You are the burden that I have. Why do you always irritate me? Why the hell are you always living with me? Because it's because of you that I'm suffering. Why? Why? And this Naruto started enrage up, and then something unbelievable happened. Naruto's, the three dragons went inside the cave. Now Kurama was actually angry. He was like, how dare you, brat, to shout at me? It's none of my concern. I don't care. Give me your body. Before he could continue anything, the three dragons bit onto Kurama's sword and pulled it out. Kurama's shouting. He was bashed to the cage again and again and again, and the dragons were biting on him. Naruto, he felt as if 100 bees were pinching him at the same time. Naruto started crying the pain, but before he could know, he blacked out. Now we skip. Now it has been 1 year. It is with the start of the second year that Naruto has vanished. Now during this time, Naruto actually it's been 2 months since Naruto was unconscious, and when Naruto finally opened his eyes, he found himself in an underground basement. When he looked around, he found this old man sitting behind a statue behind him. Naruto looked up, closing his eyes. He was like, who are you? And the old man who stood up is like, hmm. So you are Naruto Uzumaki, eh? And Naruto was like stunned for a minute. He was like, who are you? Tell me. Naruto opened his eyes and he was showing his eyes were glowing with insane level of power. And Naruto was actually as tall as what should I call him? He was as tall as Hashirama. And behind him there were six flowing tails. And Naruto was now had a very six pack body. His body was dense, hard, very strong. And then Madara smirked. He's like, "My name is Madara Uchiha, the ghost of the Uchiha clan." Naruto started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, nice joke. Tell me the truth. What did you do to my friends?" Saying this, Naruto's eyes pulsed with power. And then before he could do anything, Madara was like, "Your friends died. At least that's what I think. Because the way you're acting, I can clearly tell they died. But listen, I am Madara Uchiha. I had not died at that time. Naruto, do you know what happened to you?" Naruto was silent for a minute until he was like, something touched something felt heavy. He looked at his back only to find nine tails. He was like, what the fuck? Why do you have nine tails? What the hell is happening? What do you do to me? You pedophile. Are you something like Orochimaru? What did you do to me? And the mother started laughing. He's like, kid, I don't know. When I found you, I felt the Nine Tails power a bit. So I came here to extract the Nine Tails from you. I am the one who actually wanted to lead the Akatsuki. Now to Uzumaki, the reason why I'm doing all of this, collecting the Bichus. Do you know the reason? Naruto was silent for a minute before saying, I don't know. And then the Madara goes, it's because Naruto, with the help of the nine, first, before I start, I'll tell you the story about the Jubi. And then Madara continued to tell how there was this woman, the goddess, who actually had this thing called the divine tree, and how she gave birth to two children, and how our children split the 10 tails into 9 beings. Naruto was surprised of this, but then he was like, so what does it has to do with all the 9 beings, and what it does it has to do with my tails? Madara smirked and he was like, Naruto, for some reason, if you have all 9 tails, 9 tail bijus, you're able to revive the 10 tails. But no, yeah, you'll be able to revive the 10 tails. But the thing is, the 9 tails inside you is only the half of the 9 tails, and for some reason, it has been killed. You and the 9 tails fused, and now you are the 9 tails itself. But instead of being the part of the Gyarados mass statue, you are now an independent being. In other words, we cannot extract the 9 tails from you. Naruto was surprised and was like, but listen, I want you to become my successor. Naruto was like, successor? Why do you want me to be your successor? Madara smirked. He was like, because I found you. My Zetsu found you. And he told me that you had the Rinnegan. In the starting, I actually wanted to take away the Rinnegan from you because your Rinnegan was special and it was emitting more power than any Rinnegan I've seen. At least I only seen one, and that was a Sage of 6 parts Rinnegan which I acquired. But even my Rinnegan wouldn't have admitted released that much insane power that yours was releasing. Yours is a complete new Rinnegan. I wanted its power, but I couldn't. The second I tried to remove it, I was blown away. Or any of my subordinates were also blown away. It's like your eyes does not allow anyone to touch it. But that's not the concern. The real problem is, the real reason is because I have become old. I took a student called Obito Uchiha. He was in person who the reason why your village was attacked and the reason why the night is sealed inside you. This made Naruto body boil with anger. Naruto now had great hatred for Leaf Village because even though he did not know which Anbus they were, he was completely sure of one thing. They were Leaf Anbu because he once or twice saw these new Anbus walking in the Leaf Village, hiding from everyone. And though he did not know why they were and what they were, but he was sure that they were Leaf. And so he did, and because the Leaf people killed the people he started called family. Yes, during this time that Naruto was away from the village, he developed, a family type friendship with the people in that village, and that in those three people mainly, that girl, that boy, and that uncle. But now all the people he started to feel as a family were killed off. He was pissed, beyond pissed. And then Madara continued. He was like, Naruto, actually the what I wanted him to do was extract all 9 Bijus and apply it into the Gedo Mazu and finally bring the 10 tails back. But he did what I did not wanted him to do. He himself wanted the 10 tails Jinchuriki. He wanted to rule the world. And even though it's my plan, I requested him to bring me back so that I can do it. But I found out that I cannot. And how Hashirama chose a successor, and his successors were all waste and weaklings. I have decided I want to choose my first successor. That'll be you, Naruto. I shall train you in everything I know, and you shall become the strongest. Your goal from now onwards should be to bring peace to this world, and now to accept it to Madara's wishes. And you're like, why am I doing like this? Because now to actually saw Madara's Sharingan, he was like, no other Uchiha possesses a Sharingan. And he for some reason could tell that Madara was telling the truth. But then Naruto was like, then why do you have the nine tails? Then Madara was smirked and he's like, as I told you, fused with the nine tails, and you have gained nine tails power within you. From now on, but as you are the new nine tails, you have all the abilities of the nine tails. You have the nine tails behind you. But Naruto's nine tails were not orange; they were white, and with some golden lines going through it, and they were very fluffy. And Naruto's one, he tried to take a kunai and stab them, but they were even harder than the kunai. The kunai itself bent. Naruto surprised, but then he was like, "This could be useful." And from then onwards, for the next 1 year, Naruto trained with Madara because Naruto has so much chakra, and for some reason now he has became the Nine Tails. His chakra has been like went skyrocket, and for some reason his eyes were able to purify all of the Nine Tails chakra, giving him his chakra golden color, and he was able to become like strong. Naruto trained with you know Madara. Though Madara couldn't do anything, he trained Naruto. He taught how to do things to Naruto. Naruto also learned all the fire jutsu that Madara knows. Lightning jutsu Madara knows. Like, how to use wood style to a very good effect. Because Madara found out something. During the middle of the time, Naruto actually activated the Karma Seal. Though, Zetsu was actually surprised because Zetsu, being a will of Kaguya, knows what Karma Seal is. And he knows White Karma Seal. That means Naruto is actually going to become an Otsutsuki. So he had more respect for Naruto, and he was also thinking, he, if Naruto becomes a servant for his mother could become very strong because of this new Rinne-Jogan. That's what he thinks. But little does he know, Kaguya should be his servant, not the other way around. So yeah. Anyways, Naruto trained with Madara, and as I was saying, he learned everything. And Naruto, from the scroll of sealing, Naruto has mastered everything because Madara is ruthless, and now because of Naruto's body being and his stamina, everything has been increased to top notch. Naruto was able to do very tough exercises, and even Madara was surprised because Naruto was like so becoming so strong, and that was only Naruto when he had his eyes closed. But when he opened his eyes, he was a complete new case. It was like you're fighting someone who had like 3x power Rinnegan. Like Naruto can see your attacks very slowly. He can like learn what you're trying to do. He had all sub elements, which even surprised you know Madara a lot. But then he was like, if Jinchuriki of the Ten Tails also has it, maybe this Rinnegan is much special. And he found out that Naruto's Rinnegan has the ability to open portals. It is able to see chakra points, weak points. It is also able to see use absolute control over gravity. Naruto does not only has almighty push and universal pull, but absolute control over gravity and no time limit. This is just so many gives more many reasons for Naruto to become more favorite to Madara. And Madara was like, Hashirama, if we ever battle again, your successor and my successor, I can guarantee that my successor will be the strongest than anyone. Now, during this 1 year, Naruto actually gained a bond with Madara. He became friends with Madara. He actually started to think Madara as, like, a brother, you could say a grandfather figure. And he learned some secrets by during this time. That the third Hokage actually wanted Naruto to become the weapon of the Hidden Leaf village. But what he wanted was at the age of 14, he wanted Naruto to join the Anbu under Danzo control. But since Naruto died, not Naruto died, the third Hokage died, Naruto never gained, never went to Danzo. And the Tsunade never knew about this, so yeah. Tsunade is kind, which Naruto figured it out. Now Naruto became a master at wood style. He mastered all the forbidden jutsus. And he even improved many forbidden jutsus. He mastered the flying thunder god to extinct where he can teleport instantly. Naruto's speed is insane. Naruto's physical strength is on par with Madara's. And that is to say something that Madara is like the strongest shinobi. And not just old Madara, I mean the prime Madara. And Naruto's region is top notch. One, because now it became the new 90s, his body can regenerate like instantaneously and become, and because the karma seal now to activate many times, his body has already done a lot of Otsutsukification to the point that if now to even what to be hit in the heart, he can still easily repair his heart because Naruto now has absolute immortality. But still, Naruto can only use 10% of the chakra of the nine tails because still the chakra is behind the bars. And Naruto during this 1 year, was able to meet his mother and father within his mind. Because now Naruto does not have the 90th soul, there's two parts, like if anything were to happen to the seal, Minato's soul will come and help Naruto. That did not happen. And if Nine Tails were to fight back, Kushina's soul to help Naruto win, that did not happen. So these two were some reasons for, because these two cannot happen anymore. Their souls met Naruto, and Naruto actually was very pissed off at Minato in the starting. But afterwards, he started to accept Minato and forgive Minato. But when Minato found out about what the third wanted, how the villagers treated him, he was pissed. And he was like, Naruto, I don't care what you do. But from now onwards, I don't want you to join the village. You were thinking about joining the Akatsuki, right? I am with you, Naruto. You can join the Akatsuki. Naruto was happy to hear this and was like, thank you, Dad. I will prove you that I'll become the new and the strongest ninja ever. And during this 1 year, Naruto's hair actually reaches, near his back, like it's like Madara's, but it is, not like that, wild hair like Madara's. It is smooth, silky. Naruto has, the white, silverish and golden tail. Namely, it's like a white and silverish tail with some golden lines going through the fur, which Naruto can retract whenever he wants the tails. And Naruto is now a Kenjutsu master. And Naruto's first goal is to defeat Obito. But he wants to use Obito as an to gain the Bijus as well. So he decided that he's going to betray Obito, and he's going to make uh, what I was saying. What was that? Pain join him. Now what happened is, after the next like at the end of the year, it so happened that Madara died, and he asked Zetsu to transplant some of his blood to Naruto. I mean, like not blood to Naruto. He transplanted some of his chakra to Naruto because Naruto has this that Karma Seal that Naruto found out its abilities. It so happens that Karma Seal can absorb things. It can give him control of much better chakra control and many other things. It had far more abilities, and he figured it out. Naruto looks like this now. Yeah, the only thing is that in both eyes he has Rinne-Jogan, this, and yeah, and Naruto actually has this kind of sword, but this is not Sasuke's one. The where it's gold. Just think it's black there. No, where it is gold. Think it's goldish red. This is a sword that Naruto created on his own, and this sword is strong enough to even cut truth seeker orbs, like it's paper. So yeah, Naruto's hair is exactly like the same. Naruto cut his long hair, and he made it like this, and he has the leaf headband. So yeah, now Naruto has this leaf headband which is cut. So yeah, now what here happens? There are some things that you should know. Now during this time, Zetsu actually informed Zetsu actually became now the new servant of Naruto. Now Zetsu treats Naruto as Madara, and Naruto controls all Zetsus. And he actually told Zetsu to inform Naruto about this guy with the Rinnegan, and he will be a great ally to you know for their plan. But when he told that now some guy has the Rinnegan, Pain decided to first challenge him. So Pain with his all his bodies came and fought Naruto. Like after Madara's death, when Naruto was just roaming around the elemental nations, he was attacked. but not too easily with this overpowered Rinnegan and the abilities it gives him. Like he was granted Susanoo, and his Susanoo looks like this, Naruto Susanoo exactly looks like this when it's in full. And Naruto was actually wearing that red cloth with the belt and with little to no ease. Naruto was able to kill all the pain bodies. But when he used the tracking to come back and meet Pain, instead of killing Pain, he was like, "So you are the leader of Akatsuki. From now onwards, I'll join the Akatsuki." This surprised Pain, but he was like, "Why do you want to join the Akatsuki?" Then Naruto kept Pain in a genjutsu, where he showed how he was treated, how he felt pain, how he grew up from the pain. Like the pain has changed him, the world has made him stronger, and how he met Madara, and how he found out about Obito. And according to Madara, Obito was using Naruto, and once he gains the 10 tails, he was going to kill Naruto. After he found out everything, Naruto was like, "So what do you want me to do?" And then Naruto smirked. And here Konan was asked to go out, and now when Naruto came out of the room, Konan went inside the room only to find out that Naruto was now smiling. He was like, Naruto, what happened? Naruto, and he's like, "From now onwards, he's my most trusted subordinate. He's equal to me." And Naruto then went back and came back with the water bottle. He's like, he was drinking it. He was like, "Yeah, now I think we should summon all the Akatsuki members to say that I'm joining the Akatsuki." And Pain like smirked back. He's like, "All right, but before I have to repair my bodies." So after Pain repaired all of his bodies by using Naruto repaired him by using the King of Hell. And after that, Naruto actually wore the Akatsuki robes. Yeah, Naruto was like this, but wearing the Akatsuki robes, and he has a leaf headband cut. Even though Naruto left the Leaf Village, he had the headband, so he just cut it. Now, when Naruto, like when every figure started to appear, like they were requested to come. After many days, all the Akatsuki members arrived, and then Pain arrived. He was like, "All right, everyone, from today onwards, we have a new member joining the Akatsuki, and he shall be my right hand subordinate." Everyone was surprised. They were like, Pain never chose a right hand subordinate. That means that guy must be strong. And then from the darkness, this kind of eyes just then these two like glowing eyes saw them from the darkness, and then suddenly a figure who exactly looked like this, except for the fact that he was covered in the Akatsuki robes. He had the Kama seal marking activated, going through his eyes. Out of the shadows, everyone gasped. "Isn't that the nine-tailed Jinchuriki? Why are we not attacking him? Why?" And then because like everyone knows about every Jinchuriki's looks and everything. Then Naruto was like, "Naruto Uzumaki here has now become the Nine Tails itself. You cannot extract the Nine Tails from him. You can, but then everyone like, so our plans are waste. All the hard work we did till now is waste." And now there's like, "No, you guys are still going to collect all the bijus. We are still going to collect every biju, and we are still going to do the plan. Just the thing is that Naruto is now has the power of the Nine Tails, and he shall become one of us." And they were like, huh. Hidan was like, "What can a brat like you do?" And he went to attack Naruto, like to see if this brat is strong. But Naruto just said, "Almighty push." And Hidan's body was completely like disintegrated. You're like, how? It just pushes the opponent, right? I'm just gonna say the push was so strong that Hidan's body became like was completely pushed to a cellular level that Hidan died. Everyone gasped, and Naruto snapped his finger, and Hidan came back to life. One of the abilities of his Rinne-Jogan. And then Naruto opened his nine tails. He's like, "Don't think you can boss me around." And then like you know everyone was surprised, but then they were like, they started smirking like, "So this is a new strong guy, hey?" Then they were like, but this guy doesn't have a partner. Who is going to be his partner? And then Pain was like, he's going to be my partner as well as Conan's. Everyone was surprised because nobody becomes partner with Conan, but they're like, it's the leader Sama's wish, so yeah, let him do what he wants. So yeah, Naruto's officially partner with Conan and Naruto. So yeah. So then they were their first mission they were given was to go to and find Orochimaru and get the ring from Orochimaru. So, anyways, guys, this is the part one of this new What If. I hope you guys enjoy. In the evening, I'll try to make the part two of What If Naruto and Arceus plates and neglected. So, anyways, thank you. Peace.